I'm not your average girl.
It is tea time with the girls.
Red sexual stayed up a notch.
Welcome everyone to season 3 of Tea Time with the Girls. I know we've been gone for a couple months or so, and we got a lot of things that we're going to cover today. I personally am very excited because, you know, I'm the sole executive producer of the show now. And as you can notice that we have a new face here, we got a new set here, we got a new cast, and we also have said goodbye to some of our friends from the past. As you notice, Milan Zanotti and Ali Luciani are noticeably not here anymore. So Milan Zanotti has decided to leave the cast so she can, you know, concentrate on other endeavors in the music industry and also within the film industry. Now, Ali Luciani has also left the cast so she could become a part of the first transgender pop group called the Secret Girls. So we wish them both the best of luck.
Actually, I wanted to be in the Secret Girls, but I thought that Ali should be in it because she's a talented girl, and I'm better off as a solo artist. So
yeah,
that's a good thing. We're making changes, and we're glad that we were able to share that space with Ali and Milan.
Well, yeah, because they contribute a lot to the show.
Yeah, and the door's always open, girls. No shade.
No shade. So I want to know, Gia, what's your tea?
Well, first of all, hi ladies, hi, how are you?
Hey.
Of course, I'm Gia Marie Martinez, also known as Gia Man-Made, get your life. My weekend was good. It was, you came over, I cooked out, had a cookout, I threw a little feast, you know, ate some greens, had some fun. Shish kebabs, of course.
She can make some good shish kebabs.
Yes, shish kebabs, of course. We worked with some new artists, you know, with our new label and stuff. And that's pretty much it, you know, taking life one day at a time, fighting for trans rights and stopping the bullshit.
So my tea, so I'm Monique Fontaine, and this is my first time here.
Welcome.
Thank you, I'm very pleased to be here, thank you. So my tea is that I've been doing a lot of trans activism work, and last night I was actually at the premiere party for Eden's Garden, which is all trans male.
How was that? I wanted to go to that.
It was really good. I know the producer and the main star, Stephen.
Some of those guys are hot in there too.
Some of the guys are very hot.
Well, baby, me and you are on the same boat because we both love us some trans men, right, girl?
But you know, it was great. It was a great collaboration. It was great to see their stories in the raw, and yeah, it was fun.
Well, I know my tea. My tea is this. I went to go see Sinister 2 with this piece of trade that I don't remember his name. Yeah, that's the type of thought that I am.
Have a bad thing.
And I remember jumping all throughout the movie because the movie was so good, and he was not there to catch me. Because you know, like when you like jump and everything like that, there's, you know, the man's supposed to be like, you know, honey. He was on his phone.
Oh, live.
He was on his phone.
That's okay.
So I was over it. But the movie was good.
She paid for it though, right?
Yeah, he did pay for it. So Miss Ashleen, what's your tea?
My tea is that well, I've been saving a lot for surgeries, and I've always been the kind of girl to just take hormones. I don't know who's had surgery here besides Fox.
I have.
What have you got done?
I got my cheeks enhanced with silicone, and I had my hips and ass pumped with silicone as well.
Okay. Would that be considered surgery or just body modification? I don't think
That's still what would be considered anything that you have to do to alter yourself.
It's just an enhancement. It's
So
definitely.
yeah, so being trans, we want to look as con or as feminine as possible. So I've taken hormones for a long time, and I feel like it's about time that I further my transition. And Fox referred Dr. Lee, who did Caitlyn Jenner. It's so funny because you had mentioned Dr. Lee first, and then all of a sudden, Miss Caitlyn Jenner goes to Dr. Lee, and she kind of, puts him on the map. And
Shout out to Caitlyn Jenner. We know you're watching.
and shout out to Dr. Lee for making cunt faces. And I'm really excited for the next step in my transition, getting this bone knocked out, and being more cunt. So yeah.
So we have one person left. What's your team, Miss Aoki?
Hi, I'm Aoki Lee. Well, this weekend was kind of very traumatic for me. I lost somebody who was very dear to me. Her name was Shanice Prater on Facebook, aka Shanice Revlon / Mizrahi. She had went to the Continental pageant in Chicago, and she had decided to go get pumped with raw silicone. And it moved from her hips to her lungs, expanded her lungs. And yesterday she lost her battle with that.
God.
So rest in peace, Shanice. I love you. I'm so sorry.
That's always very terrible when I hear about things like that. And that kind of brings us to our first topic, which is trans public insecurity. Because I think that we as trans women, we will go to any type of means to basically get the body and the perception of a woman that we feel is going to give us that self-esteem and that's going to get rid of that insecurity. And sometimes that means, putting ourselves in danger. I mean, what do you girls feel about trans public insecurity? And
I feel like most girls are gonna be insecure regardless. That's why they have things. You're gonna be insecure. Even the confident of the confident are somewhat insecure.
The most surged out.
Are normally just insecure. Normally, it's a thing that us as trans go through. Bad enough you're going through it, when you're transitioning, then you have to go through it. Is this spooking me? Is this tight? Can you see my Adam's apple? Are my tits up here? Is my body low? Did the seal drop? Nobody ever pretends to realize that it's okay for the first time in the first, couple, days, but what happens when that seal drops? Prime example, Jasmine Bonet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful. But her seal dropped, so now her cheeks are down here. So, is it worth it, girls? It is worth it. This is what you do. You find yourself a right doctor. You find yourself the endocrinologist. You find everybody that's gonna help you. If the girl walks in and she says lay on the table and doesn't give you anything for pain pills, walk out.
But who's to say who's the right doctor? Because there's some people that will,
The FDA,
say
the FDA.
Yeah, but there's some girls that will say that who's the right silicone doctor? Because
The FDA. If you want it bad enough, honey, you will research. You will find everything you want to find. You will everything. The FDA. There's no reason, ladies. I'm telling you now, there is no reason that you should have to slay on anybody's table or wait. You're living in a time nowadays. You're in 2015 where they're actually helping us in a way. They're giving us insurance. They're giving us a means to get these things. So for you to sit there and want to let people stab you, and that's a look on you on how you care for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you. So go ahead.
Well, and just to let you know, if you pump some silicone in me, baby, and my legs turn out black, the feds gonna be at your door. So you better not be pumping people. Just to let all y'all people out there who are out there pumping, just let you know, baby, I'm telling.
I used to look in the mirror so long before I walked outside. I don't know if any of you do that.
I still do to this day.
I used to, because once you have one traumatic experience, it kind of just sets it for forever. For life, you're gonna always hear that that's a man or that's a, so it's sometimes, I avoid going into certain crowded places because I feel like I'm just trying to protect my life. I don't want to be, the next, what 19th girl? How many girls?
It's 18 girls. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be the 19th girl just because I thought I was con or I thought I was fish and I wanted to walk through the boys and get my life. It's not worth it. So sometimes I don't think it's insecurity, but I just avoid crowded areas.
Right,
and I think a lot of girls do that. You know?
I can empathize.
It's like
with
you don't want
that.
to ask for it.
Coming from a small town in Virginia, where I'm from, it's not a lot of transgender people, and the few transgenders that are out there are very real and they're very realistic in public. Like they try to tone everything down. Like coming to New York,
But I think, you know what, I think going back to the subject here, you know, bringing it back to what we're talking about, because, you know, we need to concentrate on the actual issue that we're talking about. We were talking about public insecurity, and you're talking about something completely different.
I was going to go into the insecurity part of it.
But you know, you were just rambling on and everything like that. With the trans public insecurity, you know, I think that what you need to realize is that when we were out a couple of days ago, and you know, we were in Harlem and we saw those boys.
I don't like to be around a lot of black people. There's a difference. I don't like to be around a whole bunch of black people because my people like to be ignorant. I mean, they my people.
Yeah,
so,
but the fact is that you're gonna have to deal with them sooner or later.
Right, I do, but I deal with them accordingly. If I'm gonna get on the bus, I know how to sit my little black ass down on that bus and not be loud and be boisterous. I know if I'm going through 125th, I know to walk down the street, act like a
So
cunt,
you're
go to
saying-
store to store.
So
a lot of girls go out and act like that.
But you're saying that you are going to ignore black people for the rest of your life.
I'm not ignoring them. I'm just like she said.
Well,
Sometimes
no,
if I
that's
see
not
a group
really
of boys
realistic,
coming down the street, if I see a group of boys, I'm coming down the street, and I feel like, okay, girl, I don't feel like dealing with all of this. Let me go on the other side of the street and let me go about my business and let me go about it.
Yeah, I don't think that's being
I believe in
insecure. I think that's
maneuvering.
just not
Being
wanting.
smart. And
As a trans girl, I became a trans girl because I wanted to blend in with the fish. I didn't want to be no extraordinary Nicki Minaj girl where everybody looks at me.
What do you feel about this?
so I totally agree with you. Like if I see a group
Why
of
did you look
boys,
at me when you said that?
Girl, you know you Nicki Minaj, girl.
Girl,
The shade of it all.
I wish. But you know, I mean, every girl is. I think we all can represent a woman around the world. You know, we
I think
all
we
have
all
a universal,
represent a different kind of woman.
a different kind of woman. So some girls like to wear makeup, some girls don't like to wear makeup. Some
I
girls
say if you don't
to-
like anything about yourself, you know, go
Fix
get it
it.
fixed.
Change
Yeah,
it.
fix it.
Yeah.
Go
Just
get
do
it
it right, you guys.
Don't
Do it
stop
right.
complaining. Stop complaining about things that you can easily get fixed. You know, go get FFS.
Get it
You know,
fixed.
go get. You
Yeah,
know,
but not everybody has Caitlyn Jenner money to just say, okay,
Yeah, I didn't have-
I'm gonna
Wait.
I
Here's
didn't have
the thing,
Caitlyn Jenner
okay,
money,
if
but
I
I
can
made it
interject. If I can interject, this is what really ticks me off. Not everybody has Caitlyn Jenner money. I just said that they have insurance that are paying for tits. They're paying
that's
for
not
in New York.
though.
But what about the
No,
girls?
it's true. The
My
girl-
insurance won't pay for that. My
Well,
insurance
which-
point blank told me that if I wanted my implants or anything surgically, I have to prove, my doctor had to prove that it was medically.
See, the difference between you and Caitlyn is that you have gone through your struggle. You've lost family for Monique. You see what I'm saying? You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna go do this and go buy this and tomorrow and I'm gonna be, you know, ooh shaboo.
Of
You can't
course.
do that. You worked hard for her, just like she worked hard, just like she worked hard, just like she worked hard. You see what I'm saying? If they're not, one roadblock should not stop you
Of course.
to get to what you need to do. So I think it's really silly when you say, and on top of the girls, let's be real, the girls hoe, don't they?
Yes.
The girls hoe, they suck enough dick and
Nothing
make enough
wrong with
money
sex
to
work.
save up. And tits are cheap. Tits are cheap. Ass implants is cheap. It may not be $2, but it's $5,000 compared to what it was in 2010.
How much
But
was
let's
it in
talk about
2010?
what makes-
How much was it in 2010, girl?
About 2010, in 2010, you probably pay a good $25,000 to $30,000 for a vagina. You can get one now, a good working that comes and all that other good stuff for $16,000. In 2010, you probably were
you can
paying
get one in Thailand for $6,000.
in Thailand for $3,000. Actually,
Yeah.
they've gone
I
down.
want to go.
But let's talk about what makes a woman. What makes a woman? Is it just surge? I mean, because there's some girls
No.
that get
No.
surgery
It's
and they walk
more- it's
around
definitely
and they
mental.
look like Barbie, but they act like Ken. And you know,
I think everybody has.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's not shade.
It's true though. It's
It's
true.
not shade.
It's true.
It's not shade. It's not
It's so
shade.
true.
That's another thing that kind of throws me with the girls. You seem to forget who you are in a way, in a sort of a sense. You know, you can't just automatically kill off the little child and act like the child wasn't there. You
Of
know,
course.
the child is a what's the word? Is a representative of you and who you used to be, and you know, it doesn't stop you. It just made you bigger. You know, that child, for me, example, like that child was probably the worst person in the world to me, but you know, Gia came to fruition, and she's much more happier. You know, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna forget about my childhood and who I was and who I came from and all that other stuff. I think, and a lot of girls do that. They, they become that girl and they completely forget it. No, I'm a woman. That's where a lot of trans murders can come from.
Go ahead.
I think it has to be an adaptation to what you used to be. You start off as a boy and you add and you break down and you add new pieces to become that woman. And once you already feel it in your head, like mentally, I think that you have to change it physically.
But I think that's where a lot
But you
of people
can't forget where you come from.
Of course, you
can't.
You can't.
You cannot forget where you come from, because if you forget where you come from, that's what starts these trans murders. That's
you forget. It's sad.
I don't agree with that. I mean, there's choices with everything, so we can't blame it. We can't blame.
But moving on, because we need to move on to the next topic. We want to talk about the Caitlyn Jenner's impact on the transgender community, and basically how she has become the transgender role model.
Which I think is absolute foolishness.
Foolishness and tomfoolery.
Foolishness.
Well, I want to say, no, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
But I want to say that I think that what she's doing for the trans community is shining light. Before Caitlyn Jenner's Vanity Fair cover, a lot of people didn't know what transgender was.
There's
some kind of homage that needs to be paid to Caitlyn for what she's doing.
Because she's a trans Kardashian?
No, she's a Jenner. She's a Jenner.
It doesn't really matter. You're telling me that this lady is important because
This lady was on the Wheaties box.
on the Okay.
We're not even gonna have a conversation.
You're being disrespectful. I think that you need to thank Caitlyn.
I'm not. I'll thank Laverne. And I'll thank
Tracy.
And thank you. I'll thank Tracy.
Or Lady
I'll thank
D, or Lady T.
I even thank Fox Giselle.
Hell yeah, definitely.
I think that you guys are not looking at the bigger picture here about what Caitlyn is bringing to the community and how she's putting the spotlight back on us.
I think what she's doing is actually putting the spotlight on the girl so much that now people with the untrained eye can definitely get it now, which is not really bringing such a good
I think
look.
if you really do watch her show, you realize, and on her defense a little bit, you realize that she's still learning herself. You know, you still this is not the show that but it's still if you want to be so private about it, why are you having a camera crew follow you? If you want it to be so hush hush about it, why Vanity Fair? I'm kind of thrown by this. It's there's no struggle for me for Caitlyn. No struggle that the masses have. You can't just throw this person that you just woke up one day, fell asleep one day, Bruce, and woke up. Caitlyn,
she always
was. So she didn't even pick out her name. She didn't pick, her assistant picked out her name. So it's like,
I just have a problem with anybody.
So do you feel as though that basically there should be a certain amount of time before someone can be a representative to our community? When you say that, you mean like an actual spokesperson, a role model? Yeah, girl, if that was the case, give me the title. No shade. Give me. What about girls that
give me the title.
What about girls that have been less than a year in transition?
Let's be honest. There's no possible way you can identify as trans if you're under, let's say, you're basically what I like to call a drag queen. And if I offend anybody, don't Twitter me because I don't give a fuck. Basically, here's the tea. In that year, you go from different things. You put on the wig and then you go through things where you're gonna jump in from between that year you're jumping in and out, trying to figure out if this year. There's two types of girls I like to call. The real girls, which are the girls that they put it on and leave it on. There's the other girls who are the get your lives. And you know who you are, get your life. And that's nothing wrong with them too.
But there's some girls at this table that has less than 1 year.
And who is it?
I've only had 3 months. So I think it's total buffoonery for you to say it just because I've only been taking hormones for 3 months that I'm not trained.
But you've been a girl for longer than 3 months, am I correct?
I've been getting in and out of drags for 10 years.
Okay.
So
and you've been living life as a boy and living life as a girl?
I've been living the drag lifestyle.
Wait, that's not the question.
I lived the drag lifestyle before I started moaning. I've been in a 24/7 since then.
And you haven't let it go.
Who haven't let what go?
You haven't let it go. Since you put it on, you haven't let it go.
Of course not. Why would I do that?
Exactly.
Because I've been in a lineup. But what you said was just because I have not done a full year in transition that I am still considered a drag queen. And I don't believe that. I believe once you take your first hormone shot, you are a woman because that's the journey that you're taking
That's
and
the
you're
step,
going
the first
on.
step.
That's a step.
Well, if you can show me,
I
if you can
don't
show
know if
me,
I agree with that because
No.
there's still some girls that take hormone shots that still act like boys and everything.
Yeah.
You know, some girls transition for the wrong reasons. Some girls
lot of them.
transition
For
you know,
attention.
For
But who
attention
are
to
we
get
to
more
say?
boys.
Yeah, but who are we to say
to police-
her transition isn't as legitimate as her transition?
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like a woman, then go ahead. You know, do
Well-
what's gonna make you.
But I'm just
But now,
saying-
don't go out there looking
I'm
a
just-
fool with no purple hair, blue hair, and long nails and stuff, and thinking that you're gonna be taken seriously if you're just starting out. And
get your life. She's talking about y'all.
if you're just starting out and you're doing a lot of foolishness and stuff like that, yeah, you're not gonna be respected. They're gonna say you're a drag queen.
And that's-
But if you're carrying yourself like a woman and you're out there and you're living your life every day as a woman and you're making the strides that you need to make to be a woman, more power to you, sister. So whatever anybody else is saying, you can hit me up on Twitter because I will definitely let you know how I feel about that kind of situation because
Okay.
I'm definitely only 3 months in.
A lot of people
But-
think that transgenders are a joke. I lost, like, my whole family, like, nobody speaks to me. I don't speak to them. I want to be Ashleen on my own. I don't care what they think.
Fuck 'em.
I left, you know, I don't come to family cookouts. I'm just living my life for me because I don't need their approval. And I miss them, but it's like, I'm living my life and I don't really care what they
And
think.
that goes back to what I was trying to make the point at. You've lost everything. Just
I
to be
sacrificed
Ashley.
everything to be a trans woman.
No, you don't sacrifice to be who you are. You lose things to be who you are. You don't say, oh, because the sacrifice is either giving yourself a choice. I can either do this, or I can sacrifice it and do this. You said there was no sacrifice, and you can't tell me because since the day I met you, you've been, you know, and we've known each other for how long? 10 years?
Oh, girl.
About 10 years.
Maybe 5 years.
No, girl, longer.
10 years?
Oh, close to 10 years. About 7, we'll say 7, 8.
Monique, I think we the new generation girls out of this little group, girl.
it's not
I'm getting some teas now.
Well, some
old hoes up in here.
How long would you say you've been trans?
I've been trans since I turned 18, and I've been trans ever since longer. The only reason I waited till I was 18 was because I lived in a very strict, predominant Cuban, Puerto Rican household. And my mother was very much, when I turned 16, I wanted to dress myself, and she wasn't going for that. So she was very much, you get a job, you buy your own clothes, you wear whatever the hell you want. The girl got a job, then I had to wait till, it goes in, oh no, you think you hot because you buy your own clothes? No, you're gonna wait till you're 18 and you do whatever the fuck you want to do outside my house. And that's exactly what I had to do.
She did it with me. When I was 18, my mother said, if you want to be a woman, you be a woman outside. And she pushed me away, and I never wanted to come back. It's like, that's it. You allowed me, you set me free, and now I'm, a flaming bird. I'm not coming back.
How was your experience?
I'm a phoenix.
My transition experience was I actually am very blessed, and I had a positive experience. I started transitioning physically, not hormonally, but physically and mentally when I was 16. And I was still a sophomore in high school. I can remember I went to school one day and I bought like these 6-inch red pumps. Hid them from my mother and only kept them at school and pumped through school with them. And that kind of was the basis of my transition. And I just, like my junior and senior year, it kind of went full-fledged. I started using the women's room. And I started living my life.
This is all before hormones.
Yeah, this is all before hormones.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't feel like just taking
Was this
hormones.
here in New York?
No, I lived in Maine.
I don't feel like just taking hormones justifies being a female or
But I
being a
also think
woman.
that I got lucky because I was a really, really femboy, and a lot of people mistaken me for a girl even before
I used to get that too. I used to get mistaken for a little lesbian. But I was dressing up, going to school, and I didn't have any hormones because I was in Birmingham, Alabama. I didn't even know about hormones, but I still consider myself just as much as a woman as the girl that was taking a shot. So going back to what you said, when you said that, when you get that first shot, then that makes you a woman. I have to disagree with you there.
Well, I'm gonna take that back because what I was meaning to say is that when you feel like you're ready to take those steps to become a woman, and you're taking the steps to become a woman, whether that means putting on your clothes or getting in them, or going wherever you're going as a woman, then you are a woman. Can't nobody tell you that you're not. But on the other hand,
I think
if you're not transitioning,
I
I think the transition part plays a big step in it too.
You know what, girl?
I mean, you can girl all you
No,
want, but at the end of the day, I feel like I feel, and you feel how you feel.
Girls, you're both pretty.
No, I'm just saying that I don't think that you understand the whole basis of it because you've only been in this for 3 months. I've
Only
been in
3
this
months
for-
as in transition and taking shots, but honey, I've been in for 10 years, baby. I done lived a very hard life. I done worked the stroll, I done worked back page.
Baby, you can save that stroll nonsense to there because they're gonna pick up the break before they pick up you, and then they'll come pick up you. So
Well, yeah, I was mostly the girl that they would go past and think I was a cunt and then come back and pick
No
me up.
tea, no tea.
So I mean, I always looked kind of like a girl. So I mean, I ain't had no problems with any of that kind of stuff. So that wasn't a real major problem for me.
So you jumped in and out of you, but for 10 years you jumped in. If you looks kind of like
No, I didn't want to make no decision where I didn't know. I was at the point where I was young. Like I come from a very Christian.
How old are you now?
I'm only 26. I started when I was 16. I went to college. I went to Clark Atlanta University when I was 16. I started getting drag, and that's in Atlanta. And then after that, I got in the ballroom scene, and of course
Now,
you know.
how did the boys treat you down there? Because that
Like pure gutter trash, honey. They treat you like trash, honey. Trade is the mess. I don't like trade. I don't deal with trade like that. I'd rather have me a trans man, like I said with you.
But you'll bend them over in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because that's what they would do to us. They treat us like trash cans. Why would I treat them like a trash can?
That's true. That's true. But, you know, I'm thinking that since we're talking about trading and everything like that, what do you girls feel about, like, this phenomenon of, like, girls outing celebrity men and trans-attracted men?
It's utterly foolishness, my darling sisters. You will never make it in nowhere and never make it in life if you keep being a snitch. Honey, if the man is a celebrity and he's giving you money or he's giving you any type of affection, why would you fuck it up? I don't understand what you're thinking.
You know why?
Yeah, why would you fuck it up? Why would you?
I'm gonna
Hold on. You know I love to make it H-O-T, baby. So you tell us why you put out Chingy then. Let us know that.
but I got an issue with
Because you definitely let us know about that one.
You put
I'm
him
not
out
gonna,
like last week.
I'm not gonna talk on that particular situation per se, but I'm gonna say that I can understand the cons, I can understand the pros of putting these celebrity men out because once again I was young. I can't make any mistakes about that. I was young, I was stupid, you know, and I, you know, basically didn't appreciate what was going on at that time, but at the same time I did not want to be a secret anymore. I did not want to be continue being someone's secret. And I feel that the longer we stay in the shadows and take the money and everything, the longer we're gonna be someone's little dirty secret. Sometimes,
Maybe.
But also, wait.
You can pay me $1 million to be your dirty little secret, and I'll be your dirty little slutty little
But
nasty
slowly
secret.
you're degrading yourself.
but sometimes-
you're degrading yourself and
but
you're
there-
chipping away at
but
yourself.
sometimes-
It's called, ladies, it's called hush money.
Well,
That's all
sometimes
it's
the girls
called.
are not being
But that
paid.
hush money chips away at
Oh
your
my
self-esteem.
fucking
It does, but you know, that's only if you already had bad self-esteem to do.
And half of us do, being in the
Half- okay.
trans community.
Yeah,
But
we have both
There's
image
some of
problems.
these
Well, girl,
rappers.
put your cha-cha heels on and get your life.
There's some rappers, actors, whatever. They feel like just because they're in a certain status that they that they could. You just do it for like $20 or $30.
Yeah.
If he's a millionaire, why would he be giving you $100?
Girl, if
I want a figure. You know, I
If
don't
you
want.
taking a date for $20 and $30 out there, baby, I'm coming for your ass. Just to let you know, I'm gonna put your ass on blast. But if you dating Chingy and only getting $30, something is wrong. That means something mentally is wrong with
But
you.
you're missing what she said. She wasn't just dating. She was actually like dating this man. This was her.
No, I'm talking about her. She's saying that some of the celebrities only want to give you $20 and $30.
Well, they
Fuck
feel
outta
like,
here.
they feel like, you know, you should be.
Step your pussy up, man.
You're a gutter, cross-dressing homo.
And you're the,
so
and you're
you
the
should.
faggot that wants to suck my dick.
So you want to eat his ass.
And let that be the reason.
You want to eat his ass because he's so famous or whatever, and you're never gonna have the opportunity again. So you'll take whatever he gives you. And some girls feel like they deserve more, and that's why.
And sometimes
they
when
rebel.
you're young,
your foot
you're
down.
infatuated
I think-
with the celebrity.
you know what's
you're
funny? I
infatuated
think that's
with
a
like,
cop-out
oh
because-
my God, this is the person that I fantasize about. This is the person, you know, that I used to jack off to
So
when
let me
watching
swallow
BT
his balls.
videos.
I'm explaining
You know
to
what I'm
you
saying?
just like this.
And you get infatuated, and then you get lost in the concept of the fact that, wait a minute, this person's really
But then I don't
using
think
me,
you're a good
and
businesswoman now. Because frankly, if you're a businesswoman, you have a rate. You stick to it, right? Regardless of who it is.
And I will admit, I got my emotions involved. My emotions got involved.
Well, I can see how your emotions
You
get
have to be
involved.
an actress. You have to play the role.
Exactly. Thank you, Boo. Did you say that? Because you know it's funny. All of us have phones. All of us have caller ID. Nobody here is psychic, so we don't know if Denzel Washington's gonna knock on my door. It's up to you to decide what your rate and what you're worth. When you start getting these little 30s and 20s and 40s and stuff, now to some girls, she say that might add up. That just might, darling, but you won't get that mortgage paid off with them 20s and 30s. So have a little bit more self-esteem. Remember, ladies, you are what we call what's the word again?
The problem.
No, yeah, you're the entrepreneur. You're the
Stick to your guns.
yeah, stick to your guns.
Well, not everybody.
You're in charge.
Well, some girls, you know, they have to take whatever they can get. You know, not everyone can look like, you know, presidential.
Baby,
kind.
like I said,
you know, you're giving Sarah Palin over
baby,
here.
like I said, these
You're
tricks.
giving us Sarah Palin presidential.
Baby, like I said.
high paid escort. Not
Like
all, some
I
girls
said.
are at the bottom of the barrel.
And here's the funny thing,
and they
I'm
live in
not an
places.
escort.
Ashley Madison teas and stuff
There's
like
some
that.
girls-
Funny, I'm not even an escort. I run my own music production company. So you know, there you have it. Based on off these beautiful little celebrities that have been around here. But do you see me, you know, running my mouth? You know, and trust me, honey, this is New York, honey. A few of y'all girls know what I'm talking about. And who
Oh,
I'm
I definitely know what you're
You see
talking
what
about.
I'm saying? We listen to one of them every day. So,
What I'm saying is that there are some girls that live in places where hormones are not accessible, and sometimes they will.
How does hormones not being accessible have anything to do with you doing a $40 day? Explain that.
Because they're so
Explain that to me.
because some girls are so desperate to be
Get on the black market. I understand what you're saying.
to be in their transition that they will do what they have to do to achieve that $20. Some girls sell hormones for $40, so maybe they'll suck a dick for a estrogen bottle. I don't know.
Well,
Let me, yes!
really, the
let
girls
me ask you girls this.
down.
Let me ask you girls this.
We're in New York City. It's not the same.
It's $160.
Life is not the same for every girl in America the way it is in New York City. New York City, the girls have it easy.
Yes, I
not
would
true.
have.
That's
New York City, the
That's
girls
not true
have
at all. The girls have it worse in New York City.
How?
Well, so
When it comes
here's
to
how-
getting hormones, you have
California-
Calyn Lord. You have all these
California is
programs.
really-
You do, but also if you don't have insurance, if you're broke, they won't give you it.
They won't give you implants, but as far as hormones, you can get hormones.
hormones.
Not
Everything.
necessarily, no.
Everything. Well, no, hon. It doesn't.
But you have to put yourself in a position to
Once
you
you
can
reach-
get that. You know.
Well, like I said, I didn't start transition till I got up here, and I got my moms fairly quickly. I went to Caitlyn Jenner one day, and they gave them to me. They said, "Here you go, baby."
Exactly. What
You
about
know,
the
right?
girls that are in your town that can't get hormones?
Well, that was my problem. Why another reason why I didn't start transitioning much earlier is because it's very hard in Virginia to get you have to have a diagnosis from a
I think
psychologist.
we're
New
getting
York
off
City
topic
is a
here.
little bit.
And I honestly
You know.
believe that's a little bit of laziness because you say Virginia, not just saying you. The girls in Virginia, anybody knows that if you're in Virginia, you can't find hormones. Take a 15-minute ride down to DC. But that goes back to with the opportunities. Like I said with Caitlyn Jenner, I think she's not really a role model. Now for me,
But that's your opinion, though.
no, I think she would be the best role model if she took all those billions that she had and start organizations and start putting kids in school.
Maybe it's to come. I mean, we don't know.
No,
What,
it's not to
she,
come.
She said.
What's to come is the next paper magazine with her ass out.
I don't support Caitlyn Jenner because of
support her.
Shandy. Have y'all seen Shandy on the show? I
That
don't
has
agree
nothing
with that.
to do with Caitlyn
black
Jenner,
girl.
though. That I
Girl,
mean,
you know,
why
I'm
would you
just
bring
playing
up?
because I really feel like honestly I don't feel
See,
like
this is
Shandy
why-
is a
this
good
is why-
representation for the
But see,
African American
this is what I'm
trans
saying.
community
This is
for
what I'm
one.
saying. But that's your opinion, though. Shandy's
But she's
been doing
on that
this longer
show,
than you.
so why
why
would
is
Shandy's
she-
been doing this longer than you.
But
and
why?
you are
Why
coming
isn't
for
she
her.
a good representation?
Cause she's not.
Why?
Do you think
Shandy's
it
the
all
black
together? Yeah, she's the little wackadoodle little black girl.
No, she.
Thank you. What are you saying? That doesn't look like my cousins looked at that thing when I showed them that on Caitlyn's
I'm not gonna
show.
allow you to sit here and talk about Shandy like that because Shandy has done my makeup.
Right, I
And she
believe.
was-
I mean, I'm not saying that, but that's my personal opinion about her.
Shandy's
So you
done
think
my
that
makeup.
somebody has to look a certain way in order?
Shandy has done my makeup, and she's a really nice
Somebody
person.
behind me.
I was talking to you.
Oh no,
girl.
I'm a grown girl. You can talk to me like a lady, and I talk to you like a lady.
But you're
That's
sitting
it.
here disrespecting our girlfriend of mine.
ladies.
Right, but I understand saying that, but that's your girlfriend. Let your girlfriend say something.
Ladies,
She wants to be on Twitter.
ladies.
She's not here to
She
defend
can come on
herself.
the
That was
show.
like very eye-opening.
Well, I'm definitely the one. If she wants to come on the show, she can definitely come.
So you think that certain girl has to look a certain way in order to be a representation?
No, I'm not saying. I just think that.
Like you have no surgery,
I
and
just
somebody
think-
can say that you're not a good representation.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
people could say that. That's their opinions. Opinions like assholes. Everybody got them, and they all stink. So I mean, well, how I feel about somebody might not be the way you feel about them. She
But
might
you
be
know
a
what,
wonderful girl on the
the
inside, but
thing
she's
I think
not.
we need to
But I don't think she
concentrate on.
looks.
I think the thing that we need to concentrate on before you get off
That's not
topic
right. That you
again.
judge somebody based on looks. I mean,
Yeah.
not everyone's gonna be
We
Barbie,
need to
And that
concentrate.
what judge you off of?
but not everyone's gonna be Beyonce. Not everyone's gonna be.
And I think that's one of the
Not
main
everyone
problems
looks like
about the
Laverne.
transgender
Not everyone looks like
community.
Janet Mock. You know,
is that we
there's different-
judge people for the wrong reasons.
Janet Mock
Shandy
probably
has
doesn't
done a
even look
lot
like
of
Janet
good
Mock.
work for the community.
Yeah, I'm not saying that because I did see all the stuff she did, and I commend her for that. But I just think like it's just tired the way she just look on that show. Maybe they just picked.
But you know what? That's your opinion.
Fox, I don't.
She
You
look
know
like
what
a
I believe?
holy
I honestly
and
believe
girl.
that she might be a.
I don't know with Ashley, girl. You know she's like a roly-poly.
If you notice, they're giving. I know I kind of see what you're saying, and that because they're kind of giving girls of color a really weird name. Because if you notice, a lot of the girls. Wait, hold on.
A lot of girls are kind.
On that show. Yeah, she's
And the
really the
other
only one
Latino
that's
girl. And the other girl, the other lady.
She might be sweet. She might be.
She gives extra sometimes.
No, it's not even about giving extra. If you look at it, I think in the way, sometimes what you guys have to realize with any type of TV show, you guys, is that there is a whole bunch of editing involved. There's a whole bunch of, scenarios that are put together. Sometimes a day at the pool can turn into a big fight and not a fight broke out. So, it happens.
Return of Ashley.
The first time to ever walk off the set.
But what I'm trying to say here is that by bashing another girl that's not here to defend
I'm not bashing her. I'm just
You
saying
are bashing
I'm
her.
saying
You're
my
basically
opinion about
saying
her.
that she's not
That's the
good
problem with the
representation
trans community
of
is that
the
we
black
judge,
transgender
that we
community.
always tell another girl that they're not good enough.
Yeah.
And
This
we-
is why a lot of girls, do things like drugs. This is why
This is why a lot of girls kill themselves because they feel like
kill
they'll never be
themselves
real
because
they'll
the
never be
fact that they
accepted by their own
have
community.
girls
It's
like
not.
And it have to do
That's
about
how
the
it is.
realness. It's
That's
not about
how
the
it is.
realness. It's about the way you present yourself.
That's
It's
Not
about
everybody's
how you
strong.
present
It's
yourself.
cowardness.
So you're saying that the girl, so you're saying
If you-
that,
honey,
what was the girl that killed herself that jumped on the highway?
It's cowardness.
What's her name? The one that
It's
jumped on the one that jumped on the
cowardness.
highway. So you're saying that the
So you're
girls.
gonna kill yourself because you want to live in your truth and nobody else can take it? That's
What about
cowardness.
the young girls like Leah Acorn? She was only 16, 17 and she felt like she could never access to hormones because her parents were religious and they didn't allow her to be the woman that she felt she was. So you're saying she's a coward?
In situations
So she was a coward to jump on a highway?
In situations like that, darling, you run away. You don't jump in front of cars. You got jump into somebody. You run away. If you're living in some place in bumfuck Egypt,
But see,
But to say that
you
something,
did.
to say that it's cowardly,
Exactly.
that doesn't mean that
have
you
some
feel
fucking
that-
compassion.
I have compassion, all
That's
compassion in the
ridiculous.
world, Miss Ashley. But what I'm telling you is, whenever you sit there and you say that, oh, I can't do this, bust this bottle, cut your wrist, it's stupid.
She was a teenager. She was barely.
It's a
She
teenager.
barely.
She was a teenager, for God's sake.
Girl,
Take your earrings out.
I don't
You don't need to
understand
take
that.
your earrings
Yes,
out.
I do, because you get real nasty with me, and I really feel like you kind of like are a little bit not letting everybody get their own life and how they feel about stuff. And at the end of the day, it really is about how that person feels on the inside. Regardless if that person feels like she's a girl or that person feels or
But the
she feels
fact
like
is
the
that
person
these
is
are
doing a cop
teenage
out.
girls
It don't
that
matter. You're
are
making
not
adult
fully-
decisions. Deal with your adult decisions.
So you're saying that if a trans teen commits suicide, they're a coward?
I'm saying if anybody commits suicide, they're a coward.
And it's not just
But that's your personal opinion.
But it's
Right.
not just
That's
trans,
your personal
though.
opinion. And it's really showing that you have no compassion for these young transgender women that go through.
No, I have compassion for the girls.
that go
I have the
through
compassion for the
struggles
girls who go out
that
every
you
day and
may
have to get on the
have
bus
gone
and get ridiculed, and the girls
This
who have
girl
to
has
sit
to go to
in high
school.
schools
Has
and
to
get
go to high
wads
school.
of paper thrown at them. I have compassion
Hey,
for them because
they
they went
get
ahead.
bullied.
They went ahead.
They get
They went ahead and they lived.
Man,
I'd rather live life.
May I say
I'd rather
something?
live life than take my life because nobody is going to take. No, I would not give my life up for anybody. No one.
But that's
for
you.
Fox
That's
Giselle,
you.
for Miss Gia, for Miss Monique, for Miss Ashley.
But that's
My Okie
you.
has to
but
live.
that's you.
Yeah, and I'm not saying other people should live.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying basically what I'm just trying to say is that that's you. A lot of these girls are not that strong. A lot of these girls don't have.
That's stupid.
A lot of
alcohol.
these girls don't have the support system that
And I'm
you
gonna sip
have.
my drink on that, and I'm just not even gonna have no conversation just because this is.
You know what,
foolishness.
girl?
Next topic.
Well, let me just say on this, I think it's cowardice because when I was a young girl at Colonial High School in Orlando, Florida, I got put out. I got put out for being trans, and they like to call it a distraction to the learning environment. Fuck the learning environment, because you're telling me I couldn't learn because I was transgendered and I was distracting everybody? So I have no compassion. But did I kill myself? No. I strived. I went
But
and I
once
worked.
again, that was you. That was your.
And you, because you're all sitting at the table with me.
But
we're
you
not,
can't-
honey, we're not having
That's-
this meeting at your tombstone. We're not having the meeting here. We're not having the meeting here.
No
We're
matter
having-
how much we wish we. Never mind. Shut up.
That's like these Republicans that say, you know, well, I, you know, came out from nothing and you know I can make something out of myself. Why can't you do the same? You know that you can't use the cookie
It is
cutter.
the truth, y'all.
You
The
can't
truth.
use the cookie cutter
It's the
scenario
truth.
for
It is
everyone.
true.
Everyone
You
has
came
a
from-
different. Everyone has a different
No, ma'am.
story.
Everybody has a different story. But the great thing about it is
everyone to work for.
everybody has a different story. But you know what the difference between
And
the
everyone
people-
has a different outcoming.
Outcome.
Everyone has a different.
And
upbringing, too.
95% of that time, darling, they're probably sitting here at this table talking with us. We're not crying at the tombstone.
Again.
I just
So
think
when
that-
you say your mom is, my mom is not really giving, okay, well that's what gay families are for. That's what support systems are for.
Yeah.
You know, that's what everything is there. So when you sit there and say, that's basically, you don't want to go through that. That's being a coward.
I think that's a strong sense of word.
Okay, well.
I mean, what do you feel about that?
We won't say you're a coward. We'll say
Do
it's
you feel
cowardice.
that makes a person a coward?
Yes, I do because I thought about
can't believe this.
No, because I thought about suicide when I was younger, but I said, you know what? I have too much to show people. I have too much to live for. I am not gonna kill anyone.
And this is why she's not a coward.
But where is the compassion for the child that is suffering? Where's the compassion for the
But we
kid
all
that
suffer.
You know how you
We
have
all
compassion?
suffer.
You know how you have compassion now, Fox? That when you see a young trans child, you don't sneer your nose. You say, "Come here, baby."
Or here's a
Let me
dollar.
help you. Not even a dollar. Let me help you with this. Let me help you with that. I have two wonderful people in my life that I call aunties, and they're nothing to me. But when the world turned me away, them two girls took me in. Now, I could have easily killed myself and they didn't have to take care of it, but no, I pushed on. They taught me to go ahead and persevere and make it through the rain. You know, so why would you sit, you know, yes, it's cowardice. It's
You know,
cowardice.
But you know what? That's you know what? I think we
Everyone has stories about how someone helped them, how someone saved them. There's girls that have no one. There's people who are trans that are dealing with it in
Up
life.
and leave.
not having
And
support system.
they're at the point where they had enough and they feel like they're hopeless.
But according to y'all, they got Bruce Jenner, right? They got Caitlyn Jenner, right? They can look at Caitlyn Jenner. She's a role model. Let them call Caitlyn Jenner.
Right, call her up, tell her what she gonna say.
And let's see, for the role model. Here's to the role model.
Caitlyn Jenner never said that she was here to be the Messiah or the Joan of Arc for the trans community.
Yeah,
She's
she can't
only
possibly
trying
do
to show her
Why not?
story. She can only do so much.
Why
And I
not?
think that some people just need to pay homage for the fact that
I don't
she
think
is her presence and and the fact she
Her
could be doing
presence.
all this.
Now, me and Miss Jill,
Y'all said he's trying to give this white lady life. Bring Miller Burn to the table.
me and Miss Jill don't
Amen.
agree about much, but at least we
Amen.
agree about something.
Like
baby.
give like
Can
bring
you give me just a little bit?
Bring Laverne to the table. Bring Candace Kane to the
Yes,
bring
Candace Kane, exactly. Excellent.
You know what? Let's move
Well, you know
on
what?
to the
Candace
next.
Kane would probably be another because she's trying to get that fame. So no.
Well,
tea.
and that's just a great representation, though, I think.
But she's
For the
been
trans
true to
community.
herself.
Yes.
But I think that since we can agree to disagree with this topic, but I think it leads us to the last topic, which is the 18 murders that has happened.
Oh, girl. Why would you do this to me, girl?
No, this year, no, because I want to say something. The 18 murders that have happened so far this year of the trans women, and a lot of people know that watch this show knows that, from last season,
Are you all right?
we were
Yeah, I'm
basically,
It's a topic of mine that really gets to me. I'm sorry, Fox. Go ahead.
yeah, we were basically, how can I say this? It came a time where in last season, like almost every other episode, we had to
2 or 3 more girls
died. and it was becoming very emotional sometimes to even talk about that on set. And now that I look at, there's 18 trans murders
In a new year.
in a new year. We're not even done yet, and I can't help but think
That's like 2 girls. We're in September. That means 2 girls are being killed a month.
But see, this is where
One and a half.
this is where
There's so many other ones that are being
A girl in a drag queen.
And then there's a lot that we don't even know about.
But this is what I want to say. I think that there's some pussy stunning going on here because a lot
For
of
those
times.
who don't know what pussy stun is, what
Yeah,
is
pussy stunning is basically when a girl, perceives herself to be female.
When
which
a
is
trans woman
A trans
pretends to have a vagina,
Yeah,
and she
pussy
deceives
She
for her own pleasure.
Yeah. And I remember years ago in 2002, Gwen Arajo, a lot of y'all that are familiar with Gwen Arajo, she was murdered. And I, got a lot of backlash because I think that she may have brought it upon herself.
But
that,
did you say the same thing about Brandon Tina as well, that he was?
Yeah, I would say that I think that he may have brought it upon himself. And I think your friend, that got, the one that you told me
Girl,
about.
my friend, one of the 18 girls that were murdered this year.
Your friend
Lamina.
your friend was pussy stunning.
Yeah,
And
she
that-
was, but that don't mean she should have been killed like a dog.
I'm
in the
not
street,
saying that
does
she
it?
should have been killed, but I'm just saying
No,
she
you
may have
are.
brought it upon- She may have brought it
In
upon
all that,
herself.
in all actuality, you're saying.
But she brought it
because she
upon
pussy
herself.
stuff. She brought it on herself.
I'm not saying that she deserves.
So if I throw this drink on you, I brought it on myself for what's gonna come afterwards, right?
yes, you
Okay.
definitely.
And then once you come after me, then because you came after me, I'm gonna bring it on you, right? So you
If you get that
what's
chance.
called reaction.
if you get that chance to.
Oh, I can definitely get that because you're not built like that. But back what I'm saying.
Don't underestimate
We're
the girl.
stepping away from the topic, you guys.
Yeah,
Don't
but
underestimate
I
the
really
girl.
don't think that anybody deserves to get killed.
No.
Nobody
They're
deserves to
right.
get killed, regardless of
I'm not saying that they deserve to be killed, but I'm just saying that
Don't bring it
these
upon
girls may have brought it upon themselves. You
In the
chose-
situation, they could have handled it
Yes.
differently. If you want, maybe if
You chose
if
to
these
go out
girls-
there
some of
and-
these girls,
and pussy stunt.
they want to feel like
Pussy.
they want.
Well,
Yeah,
they want to
that's what
time period.
They want to feel like they're so real, so they want to.
But from what I remember,
You want to die over being real?
didn't one of
Is
the
it
girls-
worth it?
Wasn't one of the girls that got killed honest with the guy she was with?
Yeah.
And he freaked
Yeah,
out.
yeah, they had to
And
kick
he
him
killed
for
her.
saying-
One of my friends, Miss love you to death, Ashley. Oh my God, I'm gonna tear up. Okay, a very good friend of mine, Miss Ashley Sinclair. She was a working girl. She was, sometimes the reality of it is that sometimes the girls have to go get, have to become go-getters. But she was one that that told the truth. She was one that she was just, real girly looking. And I'm gonna reply first to about what you think. Sometimes it is in a way, hun. You live in a world where if you look the part, they're gonna buy it. They're gonna take it, whether you tell them or not. So when you play pussy stunt, that's really something on you, and it's dangerous. So you really
I
can't.
understand it. I understand what you're saying, but does it make it acceptable
You know what?
for the
We had
girls to
another
get
girl-
killed?
It's never okay to
We
be
had
killed,
another-
but it's never okay. But why would you put yourself in that predicament when, especially you're no matter what any man tells you, you can blow this way. And the dick will get hard. He's gonna go with it. Don't
That's the
tell.
truth right there.
So when you play pussy, that in a way you kind of do bring back juju onto yourself, because that's just like, let's say if you like just men and some trans men that you really didn't get into, because you say you like trans men, but let's just use that. That's just like, what if they brought you on Jerry Springer and told you I used to be a man? You gonna feel some type of way.
So you have
way.
to accept the fact that
Does
your
that give him a
friend
right to
may
kill
have
you?
brought it upon herself that she's not here today, and you need to accept that.
No, I
Not
don't need
get-
to accept anything. I feel like the person who did it to her needs to accept that they're going to hell or going to accept whatever they're about to get as they punish.
Yeah, that may be true, but the fact that I'm trying to say is that for girls that are watching the show and young girls that are watching the show, pussy stunting.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not saying that y'all should go out and pussy stuff because trust
Yeah,
me,
It's dangerous.
it can
It's
get your
dangerous.
ass killed, and I know
It's
that.
dangerous.
But I don't think nobody deserves to get killed, and nobody
You know
brings
what, girl?
nothing on
But you know how you
nobody-
stop that, Naoki? Yeah, you know how you stop that when she said.
My name is Aoki.
Oh,
Aoki.
okay. Say it one more time so I can get it.
Aoki.
Okay, well I'm just gonna call you.
Everybody can get it.
Um.
No, my name is Aoki.
I Oki, but you look like an Oki to me, darling.
Oh, well, we not gonna start talking about what you look like. But let's go on with the conversation.
Please tell me. I heard last time I heard something like Sarah Palin.
Yeah, I can go for that.
Okay. 10 years to 3 months. But
And it really doesn't matter if you have 3 months or 3 years or 30 years, which some of y'all look like.
says
y'all too.
I-O.
Yes, 30 years on their hands at the end of the day. Wow.
But I think going back to the trans murders and everything like that, there needs to be something that needs to be done. I think that we as a community can act a little bit better as far as like communicating with the youth about the dangers of pussy sunning. Not only the dangers of pussy sunning, but the dangers that you face being a trans person in a life and in a world that is not so accepting of trans people. And I think that, you know, what did you say?
I agree with you. I think us as trans women need to tell the younger generation because
Yeah.
a lot of them are not getting it. Because a lot of
They're
people
ending
run to the
today,
ballroom
y'all.
scene and the ballroom girls are telling you, girl, go get pumped. Girl, go do this. Girl, yeah, make that money any way you can. Because a lot of girls in the ballroom
Or
scene. do tell
now,
you.
what I'm hearing is that sometimes people's gay mothers are buying their gay daughters or their gay children implants. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I've heard
says,
that
oh,
too.
oh, daughter, I got you.
Or,
And then-
your house will do that. Because I know a lot of
And that's a good thing to do. That is a good thing to do.
Yeah, because you're not putting them in
For
danger.
someone who is
Like,
truly
the
transgender,
problem-
but girls are not taking hormones, they're going straight to surge. That's what I think.
And that's why they walk
That's
around
the problem.
like
Why is that a problem?
Because I feel like you have to live the life, like your doctor says, for a year.
2 years.
2 years, a
Lots
year.
of
Some girls
years.
have to be mentally, they're not mentally there. And
They're
they're walking
still
around
mentally bad.
with bags,
Mhm.
looking like basketballs. And they
Yeah,
have
that's
no
true.
fat, they have no nothing to push it in. And then they're walking around with 2 pies. And then they're telling the boys, oh,
And
don't
you
touch
can
it, they hurt.
always tell when a girl has just got her surge because she's always wearing cleavage.
Yeah,
Always
and
basically
and they don't-
showing
and
it
it
off.
doesn't-
you can always tell the girl got a titty when they're right here, right
Yeah.
here.
Would you get surge?
I just have a good surge.
Would you get?
I would get implants, of course.
Okay.
I want my tits bigger.
My whole thing is I've been scared about the whole squeezing thing where you have to be sensitive because
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, grab and boost it, baby.
If you're gonna manhandle me. If you pop it, you're gonna pay for it. Simple as that.
give me some, bitch.
I know a lot of girls are like, oh, don't touch my ass, I got still. Bitch, if you're gonna smack my ass, it's gonna be fucking hard.
I respect everybody's opinions, but y'all gotta respect other people's opinions too. Like I
But
was
your
saying.
opinion sometimes doesn't matter because the fact that you haven't been in transition long enough to be able to state some of the things that you are stating.
Now, how would you feel if I say your old ass opinions don't matter? Or your
Hey,
gay opinions don't
ladies,
matter?
Hey, no, don't go there, please. Let's not go there. Which
Well,
wait,
my
she
old
just
ass,
called her. She just called her.
my
She
old
just told her her
ass
opinion
has
is irrelevant.
experience over your youngness.
Ladies.
Your youngness could never.
Ladies,
Okay, your
ladies,
youngness.
what is the problem?
Ladies.
Your youngness could never breathe on me in this thing.
Okay, and it probably doesn't want to breathe on you, sweetie. I mean, look at you. Why would
Yes,
it?
look at me.
It's
Look
never,
at me.
it's never any shame.
Hey.
Look at me.
Hey,
What is the problem between you
ladies,
two? I really
each
know what is going on
one,
between
teach
you two.
one.
No, because she's.
Each one teach one, thank you.
Whatever the fuck
But what's
that
the problem
means.
between
Let me
you
guys
two? Because
teach
it
one.
started
There's no
like
problem. I just have a problem with her putting out wrong information to an audience that really gravitates.
No, I didn't put out wrong information. I put out my opinion. That's what this is
Opinion.
about. This is a
But
round
some
table
people will
discussion.
take your opinion and they will take truth.
Okay, I think you guys are
Just like your opinion
Y'all
is
are working-
Bruce
okay.
Jenner is a
Hey.
Caitlyn
Nah,
Jenner is a
Y'all
role
are doing too
model.
much because the topic we're supposed to be at hand was the bottom line, the girls are dying, whether they're playing
Right.
stunts or not, and it's sad.
Right.
It's sad. So how do you change it? You get billionaire bitches like Caitlyn Jenner to go ahead and help the girls and start
Uh-huh.
foundations and start organizations and start all this so that way good girls
Or
like my
maybe you can make a
girlfriend
personal call to
actually-
Shandy and ask her to make a foundation since you think she's such a good role model as well for the black trans community.
It's just shady. You ain't gonna let it go.
she's a representation, and that's what we need. We need more representation.
See, comments
of-
like that is why you're not going to be able to evolve to the trans woman that you can be.
And comments like that will definitely get you popped. That's how I feel about it.
Ladies,
And
ladies,
comments
ladies.
like that will definitely get you kicked off the show.
Ladies. It's okay. Relax. Let it go.
I thought that you two had a good bond.
Me and her have a wonderful
We have a
bond,
good
but
bond, but-
we have we definitely like this on every day. We're always opinionated, and we're not gonna back down. I wouldn't want none of y'all ladies as beautiful trans women to back down for what y'all gonna say. Cause I'm gonna say whatever come to my mind. I'm too pretty not to.
I just think that, you know, our fans, they don't want to see us argue. We're trying to do
It's
this.
all love. It's all love. Me and Miss Fox.
Yes,
It's all love. She brought me on this show.
Child, they want to see that shit.
Well, just realize that there's one girl that's not on this cast because of that one reason right now.
Let that be the real.
Oh,
thing.
see.
And we'll just
Today
leave
on
that
Reading
there.
Rainbow.
There's only one executive producer.
Well, I just really feel like at the end of the day, my opinions matter. People have made statements that my opinions
Your
don't
opinion
matter.
does not matter when
No,
you
your
are
old ass
giving-
opinion don't matter.
No, your opinion doesn't matter because of the fact that you're giving wrong information
Oh
out
my
to
God.
people.
No, you think you're better because you have all this
Ladies,
stuff going on for you.
18
What is all
women
this stuff?
murdered.
Exactly.
Ladies, 18 women have been murdered. Y'all need to stop that.
No, we don't. And if she need to stop flicking her hair before I snatch that hair out
All
of
right,
here.
it's not
Because
your
I'm
fault.
good at
Try
snatching
it.
a whole ball.
Try it.
I
Try
can
it.
show you that I
Ladies,
can
girl,
tell you
try it.
my-
Stop and
Try it.
Mama, if it's nothing, baby, we can definitely go and
Hey,
it's
hey,
nothing.
I'm
It's
serious,
nothing.
girl.
It's nothing, bitch.
Let me see what it is. Y'all
Girl,
carrying on too
y'all,
much.
girl,
Y'all
like I
carrying
said,
on. I'm
y'all
getting-
see these
y'all
hoes
just
that
carrying
scared?
Y'all carrying
scared
on.
hoes.
I ain't doing this shit. I
They
did it
scared
two times
hoes.
with the girls.
And
Fuck
sit your
that.
ass down,
I ain't
Jack.
going nowhere, bitch.
Girl.
I'm getting out here acting like a bunch of faggots.
Girl, like I said, you
Bye.
is real classy. And take a little cheap ass period for what I'm going to.
Well, that was eventful.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to say that I apologize to Aoki for coming at you the way I have. I know I can get very emotional sometimes, especially when it comes to transgender youth. You know, I think that things got a little out of hand. Things got way out of hand, and you know, being on this show can really raise your emotions because when you're passionate about something, you want to stand by your word, and you want everyone else to stand by your word, and you want everyone else to feel what you're feeling.
And sometimes we have to respect other people's
Yeah, we
opinions.
gotta respect
And we're not
opinions
gonna
in
all
other people's
agree.
space. And I'm sorry that I kept cutting you off and everything like that.
And I'm
It was just-
apologizing for saying I was going to pull your hair off. That was very nasty of me.
Yes.
So I do apologize. But I did take my shoes off in case you did want to give a fuck again. So.
And I did have this bottle.
Yes, you said she was getting ready to crack my head to the white meat.
But you know what? That's not the type of representation that I want to put out there,
Right.
and that we need to put out there. You know, we need to put representation of trans women, of sisterhood,
And unity.
and unity.
And
But at
love.
the same time, you know, not all the time can we get, you know, do we get along?
And we
You know?
can't be fake about it. There's sometimes some girls, there's gonna be some cattiness, but we're all sisters. Not every sisterhood is like, not everything's kumbaya, you know, wheels in the bus go round and around. And I think some girls that we've done episodes with, you know, we've had our clashes.
Yeah.
But
Well, one girl.
Yeah, and we try to, you know, meet common ground.
Yeah,
and
I do.
understand each other and agree to disagree.
But at the end of the day, it's all about love. It's about acceptance, and it's supposed to be about
And sisterhood. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, no matter how much I go off and I be hella bent on saying how I feel, calling people hoes and all that kind of stuff and bitches, because I am gonna say it, because that's just the kind of chick I am. I'm one of those hood chicks that we all come together and we just be sisters, and we have to be sisters for each other.
Yeah.
Gia.
Yeah.
That shit was ridiculous. And I had to leave because I was getting all teary and misty-eyed. Listen, at the end of the day, like they all said, we're all family, we're all team girls. And I think the funny thing about it, I think that we all throw more shade than the straights throw us, you know, to each other. And sometimes that has to stop y'all. So,
Yeah.
you know, if I didn't mean to.
Because we're a
call
very
y'all
small
out,
community.
And a lot of our comments from the videos are usually from the trans community.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to call
Bashing
anybody
us.
faggots or anything like that. I was just really upset. We're here to talk about an important issue,
Yeah.
and you guys are going in, you know, about idiotic things. This is ridiculous. I apologize, America.
So I just want to apologize to you girls and to you guys that are watching the show that things got a little tense here, as they sometimes do tend to get, because we all are very opinionated people. I would like to thank Ayoki for coming on the show.
Thank you, world.
I would like to thank Monique for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
Thank you for having. Okay, thank you for having me here. And love one another, share with another, teach one another. And remember, if you can't be real with yourself.
And that is the tea.
And that's definitely the food.
That's
Yes.
it. All tea. Okay.
Sexual save it up a notch.